Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying a delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Wake up, America! From this corner, Don the Dynamo and her opponent, Freddie the Firecracker!
The Firecracker.
Sounds like a boxing match.
Wow.
Morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is good to be back.
We missed you, Don. We were crying for help. I wish you were watching this. Oh, what happened?
I forgot to cook. Don't worry about it.
Uh-oh.
That's the... Don't worry about it.
Okay. Alicia was sending out an SOS yesterday. Dawn, if you're listening to this on the plane.
You know, it's really funny how everybody panics and they go, where's Dawn? Where's Dawn? Instead of fixing, this guy's cursing, missing birds, getting upset. Ben came in. I mean, name it. It happened.
I could not even get Wi-Fi on the plane yesterday.
See, when you're not here, the whole family falls apart. We all start fighting. When Mom leaves, the family falls apart.
Well, the day before, I was listening to, we should actually be listening to the show to make sure sound is okay. I was listening to the morning show, and Freddie's mic was hot. And I'm texting Nate.
I was listening too.
And I'm texting
Mic was hot. Everyone was saying
and I'm texting Vicky. Nobody is answering me.
You didn't text
Aiden.
me.
Well, you were on the show. It was your mic that was hot.
Oh.
So finally, I don't know how, I finally got in touch with somebody.
I think you put it in the chat.
Oh, I put it right.
You remember, you text me directly, and I made sure, I changed it, so I saw it. Believe me, I saw it when I saw it there.
And then I heard you say, Freddie, Dawn says your mic is hot, and Freddie says, so lower the pod.
I didn't know what it means, because, she said, my mic was hot. I was like, wait, is it I'm responding? But nah, he was just peeking a little bit. You should say he was peeking, huh?
So Braxton said it was peaking.
That's what it means. Hey, your mic is hot. That means it's too loud. It's hot.
But it's good to be back. We are at Seattle, and apparently, Seattle, there's a conspiracy in Seattle.
Oh.
It's not always rainy there.
Actually,
it's beautiful weather. And the weather was beautiful. Everyone is so nice. No one is stressed out. They wait their time in line for coffee. Everyone patiently waits to do what they have to do. They're lovely. How can we help you? And so my kid said, is it really the weather that bad that people don't live here? And everyone's like, no, it's really not that bad. But it's a myth they all share because they don't want everyone moving to Seattle.
What I learned from this story is that everybody here needs to move from Florida
to Seattle.
No, you don't hear the rest of the story. Everything was calm, and then Dawn lands.
Pretty much.
And everything changes.
We're driving back. We rented a car, so we're driving back from this long hike that I did that I got sick on because I didn't hydrate, I didn't eat enough, I didn't electrolyte enough, and I think I'm still paying the price for it 3 days later. But we're driving back, and there's a whole line of traffic, like for 5 miles, and I'm thinking, what's that? It's to get off on an exit. people actually waited
Lower my pod. Raise
to
her
get
pod.
off on their
Raise her
exit.
pod.
You know, in Florida, you drive in another lane and then you cut in so you can get off in the exit. Not in Seattle. In Seattle, people wait their turn to get off on an exit. I'm thinking, what
Are you sure
the
this
heck?
wasn't a dream, Dawn? Like some
I'm
kind of
telling you,
dream?
it was
Cuckoo.
unbelievable. But the weather was
You see-
beautiful.
you see them, Dawn?
The food was great. My kids are foodies. Aaron and Ashley, they're huge foodies. So, so the market has. I mean, there's just food everywhere. But there's one great chocolate place. Ever had sipping chocolate?
It's like hot chocolate.
So there's drinking chocolate and there's sipping chocolate.
What's sipping chocolate?
You sip it slowly.
It's like taking a chocolate bar and melting it. So you
So
sip it
it's
slowly.
it's kind of like the British hot chocolate.
I don't know. I guess
If
so.
you go to the British, if you go to, it's French hot chocolate. If you go to the French hot chocolate, it's like what?
Raise your
Talk,
mic.
talk.
No, it's like you take a chocolate bar. It's like a goo almost. You take a sip and it's like you're drinking a melted.
It's like drinking
chocolate.
heaven in a cup.
Yeah, but like, it's such a huge cup. And after 2 or 3 sips, you're like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
They did. The cup is like this big.
No.
And it was, so that was at Pike's Place Market. A lot of food, a lot of walking, a lot of sun. The weather was beautiful.
You know, since you were gone,
Oh no.
I made over 5 pots of coffee a day.
Well, you had a ton of people here.
Oh yeah. Yesterday was.
Lower me a little bit more. So what happens is everybody now has discovered
The Freddy coffee.
the magical coffee.
Oh,
Oh no.
So we're out of everything you can think of.
Yeah.
I use even tequila
Oh God.
to mix
Wow.
it.
Tequila and coffee.
I even mixed up some hot chocolate, some cocoa, and I put the tequila in there to kill the flavor, and put it in the coffee. Everybody, like, this is really good. What is it?
Freddy the bartender.
guess we're gonna be sending backs into the liquor store
Freddy the
today.
mixologist.
I gotta tell you, I'm happy that it's peaceful here today.
Oh, this is always like this in the beginning.
I'm happy that it's peaceful today, but the flight was great, and we actually left early. Barely made it on time, but
How was the bumper with the air?
it was fine.
Don't swing that around because I can hear it crunching.
So you were, but like you were able to get out. Well, I guess it was just in Florida because almost all of Bailey's friends had a big issue getting out of Florida.
They told me
Because-
getting out of Florida when we landed the past couple of days, there were flights that were canceled, even going
Yeah.
to New York, I guess
Yeah.
because of the storm,
Yeah.
the way
yeah.
they had to go. I don't know. But it was fine coming in. We left on
Good.
time, which is good because it was a long
Good.
flight.
You're heading back to New Orleans, right? When do you leave?
Next Tuesday.
Oh, you'll be good.
There's a lot of weather. Okay, you got to stop doing that. You're driving me nuts. Just don't move the mic around because it crunches in my ear.
Like you just did.
Like you just did. The weather pattern seems like the hurricanes you notice are going south and then going
They did that
into
last year also.
it's going into the
The
Gulf.
Panhandle, yeah.
So you have to be careful because you're underwater. You know,
Yeah, the hurricane would put us out.
they look up at the ocean. Is that weird?
I don't know.
The property, here's the ocean. Normally when you're like this, right? They're like this. So they built a dam that keeps the water out.
Damn.
Oh, I understand.
So when the dam breaks, all the water falls into New Orleans.
It's coming down.
But it is good to be back, I have to say. I thought of you guys a lot.
We missed you.
The weather was beautiful. It's good to go away, but it's good to be back. For me. I like my home base.
Well,
What?
I got some bad news.
You're
I'm gonna
going
need
away?
a couple of days. Yeah.
I figured. When are you leaving?
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you right about now. I gotta tell you. But we have some new stuff. We have exciting news that I didn't even tell you about. We have a young lady by the name of Liz, and she wants to do something called Liz Unleashed. So she's a coach that coaches you how to be unleashed.
Nice. Oh,
So-
did I meet her with
Yes, she's the
that
co-host.
Thursday night?
Yes.
She was okay.
So
with
I mean,
Louise.
perfect for her. Not so much him because he's crazy. But it's
See,
nice
Liz
because
is
she
unleashed,
teaches you how to
I'm just
be yourself.
unhinged.
You are unhinged. Baxton unhinged.
Unhinged.
I think I met her Thursday night, right? I wasn't gone that long because I was here Thursday.
It felt like ages.
And Friday we were closed. So I literally, it was 2 days. It's Monday and Tuesday. For me, it feels like a lifetime because
You have no idea of what
it
I went through.
was literally, guys, I planned this. We closed Friday. I figured Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I flew home. 5 days. But it was only 2 days here that we
No,
missed.
then I heard that you may be in today or you may be in tomorrow. I says, you're going to be in today, right? Today.
I'm here.
You see, like, I was watching the show yesterday, and you were cracking me up. Alicia was thanking everybody. Thank you,
Oh yeah.
Aiden, and you were always the best, and thank you,
And then
Nathan.
Kitchen Man,
and
huh?
Kitchen Man.
Who's
and-
Kitchen Man?
Sentimental.
That was
Yeah, but like,
oh.
Freddie looks at it and says, "What's going on here? You're acting like you're going to war."
What did you do to everybody?
I just.
It was hilarious watching her
Goodbye, everybody.
saying goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I want to thank you, all the Oscars, all the. I'm like,
She went off on us.
what is going on with this person? Alicia, I'm like, are you going to war? Is there something going on? Is
I
it
have a bit of a
goodbye?
story about Alicia. So, I was driving home and I was on the phone with Bailey and
Oh.
my
Of
sister.
course you were.
I haven't heard
My
that name in a
sister.
while.
My sister.
For the third time.
Yes.
Talking
And,
to your mic.
A car pulled up next to me, and the person's like, "Roll down your window, roll it down," and they're like pointing at me. I'm like, "Okay, did I cut this person off? I roll it down." It's Alicia. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So we have like a 5-minute conversation about the cafe at the light.
You guys are so funny. So remember in COVID, the world shut down?
Oh,
and everyone
yeah.
had to
Yeah.
be 6 feet apart. I go to Seattle and we go on the Space Needle. Now, has anyone ever been? Anyone ever been?
I've always
So,
wanted to.
Epcot is based on the World's Fair that happened in Seattle, apparently, because we go to this Space Needle and it's like being in Epcot. There's vendors and there's a globe. It looks like Space Station Earth, and you go up and you take an elevator up. Forget COVID ever existed. 50 people, probably, in an elevator like this.
Oh.
And you go up, whoop, 700 feet in about 30 seconds.
Not every jump.
Well, when I got out of the elevator, that's when I got a little sick.
Why don't you wear a mask?
Because I didn't even think this was a thing that was going to happen. And then how do you get down? Oh, you got to go back down with 50 people. So my panic level, my sense of security was like out the window.
Well, why don't you wear a helmet?
A helmet.
A COVID helmet.
The Dawn helmet.
Because we've I've become so desensitized
Yeah.
to it that you don't think about it because I'm always in this safe zone that it never occurred to me, it never dawned on me that they were actually going to send me up in an elevator I was fine waiting online. It was like being in Epcot. They go
Well, what
through
were
the
you
6
waiting
Ds
online
and-
for?
To get into the Space Needle.
And what were you online for?
The
To get
Space
into
Needle.
the Space
To
Needle.
take the elevator.
Yes.
Okay, so you knew you were going into an elevator.
Yes,
But
I
you
didn't
didn't know
think about
50
it. I
people.
didn't know they were going to. I didn't really think about it.
Can't
Was
you
an
see it
elevator
in front of
5,
you?
6? No.
No? There's a wall you couldn't see?
Well, it's like being in Disney World. You have to book a time to go up to the Space Needle. So we reserve the time. Then you get there in time, but then you're waiting in line for another hour, which you don't know because you're zigging and zagging. But I did take a picture for you because the Space Needle started with a concept on a napkin. And I took the picture for you, and they have the napkin framed in a plexiglass box that
Did
the
you send it to the
original
board?
design.
They don't understand what that means.
Freddie's greatest ideas come on a napkin.
Yeah.
So
Did
he
you
can
like
be at a
that?
meeting, and everyone takes out a piece of paper. Freddie, if he's at a bar, he takes out the cocktail napkin, he jots his ideas down, and they come to fruition.
like-
The Space Needle was on a napkin.
Like the Gettysburg Address, wasn't the Gettysburg Address or something like really important document just written on a bar napkin? It
Yes.
was some kind of Gettysburg
So
Address. or
we
the
should just get
amendments
bar
or-
napkins here. Maybe we should do that instead of pads of paper. Just get bar napkins that say, jot your idea down here. The greatest ideas are born at the cafe. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do some branding here.
I've
And
written
just get
contracts on
a
napkins.
stack of napkins.
What I
But
should
literally,
do is I should start doing like cafe branded food, like cafe nachos or like the cafe burger or Yeah.
And you
Nah,
can
what
cook.
she needs like a napkin to put the cafe on it, and then just
Oh.
And just hand them out. So I think we're going to work on putting those together. I've got to check our branding department on that. So yes, 50 people up. I walked out, went into a full panic attack because there were people everywhere. And then I got to go outside. I go outside, and there's more people.
Oh.
And there's more people. And everyone's just taking pictures. And there's hundreds of people just taking pictures.
That's a tourist attraction.
I didn't know, didn't think about it, didn't realize there were going to be hundreds of people,
didn't
and I
do, like,
realized I do
research?
not do well in crowds. I
So-
tried to
so-
be the mom and do what
so-
the family wanted to do, be the mom.
So,
zone.
Mom, let me ask you a question. When you go to a baseball game, you see the Marlins and the Mets, and there's 62,000 people. Do you think you're going to be the only person in
You
there?
know what I realized though? One of my issues is, just one of my many, is that I need a way out. I need to assess the room and know there's a way out. Marlins game, you get up out of your row and you leave, right? 9/11.
Right, but you walk to, wherever you walk to, there's going to be thousands of people.
But there's a way out.
Way out of what? You're going to jump out the stadium?
You can walk out the door. You can walk
But the
downstairs.
stadium's never packed.
Well, you know,
The
a real
Space
stadium
Needle,
would
the
be,
only
but,
way
you
to
know,
get
I mean-
out
To go
is
back
to
down
find
to
an
50
elevator
people.
to get back down. And then there's the line to get in the elevator to
Well,
get
we're
back
back.
down.
We're back to that elevator thing again. Elevators are meant to carry people.
Not
So-
50 people.
Even stairs, you're 675 feet up. I couldn't walk that many stairs down, so I think I just went into a panic attack that I could not get out.
You go to the University of
Tulane.
Tulane. Okay. Are you the only person attending this school?
Ah,
When you go to class, are there other people?
Yes.
Thousands of people go to Tulane. Thousands.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It's not that big.
But there's thousands
Yeah.
of students, and more than 20,000 people go to that school.
They're like 9,000.
No, there's a lot of people that go. They're
like
all
the
over
under-
there.
You mean
Everything,
also-
all of
Imagine
it.
them all in one elevator.
Yeah.
Go up to the Space
Whoa.
Needle. They put them all in one elevator
My
in
son-
one trip.
My sister almost went to Tulane.
Okay, I'm not gonna listen to you if you're not gonna talk into your mic.
I literally did talk into my mic.
I can hear you now. No, you
What?
gotta hold it right there.
You're raising it, you're loading it, you're raising
So
it.
he is. He's driving me insane. But the object of the game, and then you're in the media business. So there's 6, 8, 10 people a day per show. You go to restaurants, there may be 100 people in there. We
100
did
people in a
the thing in West Palm Beach. Thousands of people showed up for that thing.
Yes.
So you should be used to this by now.
No, it's
Right.
different. We go out for dinner one night, and the sommelier, well, the waiter, I didn't know he was a sommelier. The kids, I told you, they're all these foodies, so we're going to go to a vineyard, which we didn't end up going to. And he's like, oh, well, I'll fly to Florida, and I can do wine, and I'll bring my food. Bring a chef, and I'll bring a pastry chef, and do wine pairing, and all
Wow.
of these things. So what did my kids say? What does Aaron say? Oh, you need to meet my mother. She has a TV show down there,
Oh,
and
boy.
she would love
Oh, boy.
to interview on. And his face lit up. He was like, really? What do you do? So I happened to have a card with me.
There you go.
So we'll see if the sommelier ends up calling. He's never been out of Seattle, but he's going to come to Florida
If
to
the
do wine
sommelier
food pairing
comes
here.
in, I will fly here.
Oh, you'll come back for the sommelier. You should go to sommelier school.
Do you know what a
don't
sommelier is?
Sommelier.
I
Is
don't
it a
drink
sommelier?
wine very much.
You don't have to drink it. Just serve it.
You have to spit it.
It's just like, if I had to do something liquor-wise, I would want to be a mixologist or a bartender. Because you can ask my sister's friends, and they were calling me Baxton the bartender or Baxton the mixologist, because over the weekend I was making palomas.
First of all, let me tell you something. I seen the way you mix drinks. Okay? Not very good. You put a lot of booze in your
He
drink.
puts
I
a lot of
not.
sugar.
I do
And
not
then
put
everything
the
with
grain.
you is
I
like a
make
sugary
very light
drink.
drinks.
You're
I make-
diabetes in a bottle. You put a lot of that green stuff? My God.
That's only when I'm making a drink for myself.
So I wanted
When
to bring
I'm
up.
making a drink for somebody else,
Good
it's
morning.
different.
Come and join the morning show. So
Janet.
Janet's here. So let's talk about this yesterday. So how many glasses? Janet, come sit. Janet, this is the morning show.
Hello.
So how many drinks did you have
I just had two.
yesterday? So he
Just
was
two.
acting
Oh, here?
ridiculous. So go get another mic.
I was only out for 2 days.
So I sent him. I said, "You're not driving home." So he
Oh,
went and he
that
got a
bad?
sandwich. So he comes back like the happy camper. He says, everybody want a piece of sandwich? He's giving his sandwich away. I'm like, that defeats the purpose. You gotta
I'm
eat
getting
it.
the sandwich.
So you offer people your sandwich, yes. And you were happy, yes. And you felt good when you left, yes.
Would you rather have like a meaty, hearty sandwich or like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Meaty hearty.
Meaty, hearty. What's your favorite sandwich to have?
I'm not a sandwich guy. I don't like.
You had it
That's
last
why I gave it
night.
away yesterday.
I'm not a sandwich guy. But when I do eat my sandwich, I do have a Philly cheese.
What was that sandwich
Chopstick.
yesterday?
It was a Philly cheese.
A what?
It was a
Philly
Philly
cheese.
cheese steak, and I do.
Who
like
made it, her or him?
Him, her.
Her. She makes good
She
sandwiches.
makes. Oh my
He
gosh.
sucks. He can't make a sandwich.
Freddie!
He can't make-
Mr. Freddie!
Mr.
Mr.
Freddie.
Freddie Bear!
So I'm flying back yesterday and I have my ear pods in. There's a guy on the plane, I'm sorry, is snoring. We haven't left yet. And I feel like I was up all night with Chuck snoring the night before. I get on the plane and this noise again, my triggers. This guy's snoring. And we haven't even left yet. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and he's snoring. And I go to
Snoring
get
where?
on the freaking plane.
And you didn't say nothing?
I couldn't find him, and I'm like, can't someone just hit him and tell
No,
make him
but
like
it's not-
stop snoring?
Where
Can't the
was
flight
he?
attendant- I don't know.
Oh, he was on the plane?
He was on the plane.
So you get up and say, yo, with the snoring, cut it out!
So I'm in my seat going, can't someone just stop this man from snoring? And no one does anything, and he's getting louder and louder. Like, we haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. It's 7:54 in the morning, and he's already snoring. So I go, I put my ear pods in, and I get whatever I'm doing. I bend over. My right ear pod falls out.
What do you mean it falls out?
Falls out of my ear.
Okay, so
now
pick
I'm
it
looking
up.
for it.
Oh, Lord.
But I can't find it.
Oh, Lord.
Because now they've already served the drinks, and
Oh,
Chuck, you
Lord.
know, my OCD husband, he's got his coffee lined up with his water and his snacks and his cookies. And I'm like, listen, I can't find my ear pod. So then he's got the flight attendant who's right behind us. Everybody stops to look for my ear pod.
They stopped the plane in the air.
To look
The
for
pilot
my
says,
ear
we
pod.
are going to freeze the plane
So
now.
I've got my light on my phone. I'm looking under the seat. Chuck says it's behind us. He gets up. He asks the people behind us, could they please look for my ear pod? What's it look like? It looks like this other black ear pod. So then Aaron, who's sitting next to us, says, Mom, what's going on? I said, I can't find my ear pod. So he's like sitting where Lakin is, and I'm here. He looks, he goes, oh, it's in your purse. It fell out of my ear. Bounced off of Chuck's knee, landed in my purse. He sees it from across the plane, and meanwhile I had everybody up on 2 rows looking for my ear pod.
This is why.
Created an emergency landing.
This is why. Come join the morning show.
I'm sorry, this deserves
Totally.
This is why I tell you, Aaron is someday going to be senator of the state of Florida. I've said it since I've met him. How are you looking?
And then
We're doing the morning show. Sit, relax.
then the lady next to me, who I don't talk to the whole time because I'm like, I can't get Wi-Fi. I'm a little I just want to land. Talking to her, and I said, well, at least you had your ear pods in, because there was someone snoring the whole plane. She says, oh no, there were 2 people snoring the whole plane. And when my ear pods died for 20 minutes, I had to charge them. I thought I was going to lose my mind. So why doesn't anyone say anything? Why does it take me, again, to bring up the elephant in the room or the snoring man on the airplane to say something?
But why didn't you say
I
something?
couldn't find him. I went to go to the bathroom and I'm looking around. I'm like, who is it? Could I smack him? Could I just like gently nudge him to wake him up?
No. You get up in front of the plane and you scream like a crazy one. First, you make your hair like this.
I could not find
And you
the
say,
snoring
ah!
man. And she says, I think there were 2.
Now, I got to ask you a question.
Don't
Do
snore.
women snore? Do you snore?
Yes.
You do? Do you snore, John?
I wouldn't know. I'm asleep.
And she's engaged. They're in the love phase. You know, they
No,
don't
I
talk
didn't.
about
I didn't
that.
say that he was gonna say anything. I'm just wondering. Do you snore?
I do not.
You do not snore. How do you know that?
She hasn't heard herself.
She hasn't heard us.
Do you snore, Freddie?
Me?
Yeah.
Every moment of the day.
Even during the day.
Even during the day, I fell asleep in the back. I was so tired yesterday.
People laugh like
I was
it's
like-
funny when when it's snoring. The noise is so awful. It's just, and it gets
Well, I'm
louder.
gonna tell you
and it
something,
gets
not for
louder.
nothing.
And
I've
don't
heard
know.
you fall asleep, and the deep breathing begins, So I sort of nudge you, and you go.
I gotta say, but that was the airplane ride, and I had no Wi-Fi. And
Lucky, you sure you don't snore?
No, I say yes because my daughter has
What
told
is he
me,
doing?
Mom, you were snoring. Yeah.
So women do snore.
Yeah, women's
Yes.
So
All right,
women
they're
do
telling us we have to take a commercial break, so more to come on the other side of this commercial break. So far you've heard about my vacation. The elevator ride and the snoring airplane ride.
It's one
I
of those
lost my
trips I
earbud.
wouldn't have bothered to go on, to be honest.
But wait, the pictures are great. More to come. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
So we're back.
And we're back. So that was my airplane story.
So you got to see things are constantly in motion.
I see that. I like the dynamic of it though. Bax, you have Lucky. I think she's stuck on the camera. If anyone could see behind the scenes here, what's going on, it's quite funny.
But I asked the ladies to come down because we want to bring back Fuego, aka Ritmo Latino or whatever. I don't know what they're gonna come up with the name of it.
We're still toying
A
with
Latino show.
A Latin show, Latin-based show. And we're looking to see if we can bring that concept back. It is a working concept. It does actually does work, and you just gotta have the right players. You know, this show
Always.
isn't for everybody, and I think that you said it best today when we were talking. I'm still thinking of your name. Lakin.
Because what people are saying, when you read business journals and articles about how to better your business, it's always do an exit interview with someone who's leaving, with your employee who's leaving. So I said to Lakin, what do you think we could do better here to make your experience better? And your reply was?
Just to have a mentor to follow, to then get more into it and understand the business more.
Remember when Josh said he wished what he had learned in college is that he had actually learned in college and he had taken it seriously, so he went back to grad school and he's done incredibly well.
Mm-hmm. He's going to masters now.
So it's always nice to know, because sometimes you and I get so buried in the day-to-day nitty-gritty of getting shows and production and getting from A to B. Not that we lose sight of why we're here, but we sometimes need to learn from what they see.
Well, the amazing thing, on Monday you were here and you saw that when you have more than 3 people in set, like you have this is simple because this is a closed room, but when you do it at the theater, you have all these different people. You got to handle the microphones, you got to handle the hellos. You're supposed to have somebody greet people and say, I was on the Brooklyn Cafe. There's a lot of pieces that go to this thing.
True.
So yesterday I had them pulling their hairs out yesterday because I decided that 2 of them were leaving and I wanted to make it as uncomfortable as I possibly can. Because in the real world, it ain't comfortable.
Well, that's true.
You go to NBC, you think you wake up there in the morning, you have a cup of coffee, that's probably the only same moment you're gonna have for the rest of the day. So I made it so they were scratching their heads. What is he gonna do next? I'm not gonna tell you what I'm gonna do next. I'm just gonna do it. You gotta be ready to react. So if you had seen yesterday exactly what you said today, you never know how this thing works, what's gonna happen. It's
I like what you said though, that you're thinking this chemistry through on the new Latino show,
after
because
failing at it for 6 years.
After 8 years, we do learn from
Only
our
6 years.
mistakes, but clearly we don't learn enough because we keep trying to bring it to fruition, right? We keep trying to get there, and there she is.
And there she is. See,
This time it's going to work.
But the difference this time is conceptually, I know what I want to see, and it's going to come from the ladies that are putting it together. And they're dynamic. Lucky has done a few things, and she was at the Movies of Del Rey as well, and she had her little cart, which is cute, and then she was surrounded by a lot of people. So you're constantly around people. You're constantly talking to people and doing things.
Yes, and I appreciate anytime I have an opportunity to do an event with Don and Freddie, I want to be there. It's about collaborating, and I wish that everyone could understand, as business owners or marketing reps, whichever role we have, that I can help somebody and somebody can help me. I can be talking, to whoever it is, and I can learn something, and I can maybe help them with an advice, that we're not competing.
Especially women.
Especially women's, and now if we're gonna focus on the Latino community, if you really search and look around, there are several groups trying to do something. They're trying to, share their opinions, to run their voices, make sure that everyone here that the Latinos are growing in everywhere, but in Palm Beach County as well. Now that we also are politicians and so on locally for the county,
I've been waiting for somebody to tell me that.
The Latinos.
I've been waiting for somebody to tell me that.
Because they see that we are out there, that there's a lot of business owners. So something that I want to get is the numbers of all the new business owners are like, you know, Latinos.
Well,
And
Latinos are very entrepreneurial, so you know we love to start businesses and make a go of things. So
See, but in your perspective, you help businesses grow and go.
Absolutely.
So that's why I thought Janet would be a perfect match, because she has the right mentality. And then the third person, when you meet her, also
She reminds me of
promotes that
Jen.
way. Yes.
I didn't realize Janet just moved here.
I
Yes.
did. I moved
Jen-
here in January, so I'm new. I'm a
She's
transplant.
new.
You're new to the Florida culture, as they say.
Yeah.
So it should be an interesting concept. And again, sustainability is the mark of
You know what's so interesting is we started trying to put this together years ago. And I always say this, women empowerment was not a spoken subject. We knew who we were. We were still trying to figure out how we were going to get where we wanted to get. But now, 7 years later, which is such a short period of time, I think everyone is a little more comfortable. Society knows women are stepping forward. We're doing what we're doing. We've got now a candidate running for president. It's no wishy-washy anymore. We know who we are, we know where we're going, and it's becoming more acceptable. And this group of women that you've so eloquently put together, they're right there. They're
Wait.
business women, they're family women, they know what they want, and it's not competition amongst the other women. Everyone's respectful of who is in what territory, and then we're all here for each other, like any other business, which is what's really nice.
But you know, the biggest frustration is simply because I saw it 6 years ago.
Yeah, but society didn't.
No, forget about society. Listen, if you're going to talk
It's
about
different.
society, we wouldn't be streaming today. 20 years ago, nobody did this. Everybody said I was nuts for taking it to a radio station. So I saw it, except that I couldn't get the players to believe in the concept. It took you 4 years to come.
And now I'm out for 2 days, and you fall apart.
And now I knew that was coming. But it's true. That's why I say if you have a concept and you have a dream and you believe it'll work, it will work. But then you got to see it all the way through, because there are other people that are going to want to do this, other people that
Creer
are gonna,
es crear. Creer es crear.
you know, and that to believe is to make it happen. And the object of the game here is that anything can be done. Anything.
Do you know the
If you
event we
believe.
were at, the networking event where we met Janet? The line around Janet, to get to Janet, I feel like, isn't there a movie where there's like, the character's name is Janet, and the line to get to you was so long that even Baxter was like, she's talking to somebody else. We can't get over there to meet her. She's talking to somebody else.
Well,
Every
I
time
like
we turned
talking to
around.
people.
But that's what makes your energy is right there. And Lucky's the same way. People are just drawn to Lucky, and Lucky is amazing with people. And whatever,
I met Lucky at a bar.
I was with you. Do you remember at another networking event?
I had to get away from you because you kept introducing the people. I was trying to get a drink and something to eat, and you wouldn't let me.
Freddie's online at the buffet line. I go to check into this event now where it's like 2021. We're just out of COVID, but not really out of COVID.
Yes.
And we go to
It was
this
your
first
event.
event, and everyone is like talking like this. Right?
Yes.
There's some close talkers at this event, and I'm thinking, like the elevator.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're doing this since we were all just in quarantine 3 months ago. So Lucky's checking me in. I'm like, oh my gosh, so that man over there in the hat, that's my partner, and you were online getting a hamburger.
Trying.
I pulled him out of line to meet Lucky, and he never got his hamburger.
I never got my hamburger.
Never got his hamburger.
Never got my hamburger. So I said,
I bring Lucky over.
no, and then she brings another person and another person. I said, this is getting ridiculous.
No one is getting food.
He never got food at that event.
So I went to the bar to get a drink, and guess who was there? Lucky.
Yes.
So I look at Lucky, and she says hi, and I go, how you doing? I just want what did they get, a vodka tonic or
Remember
something?
that event?
Yes,
Like, it was like
it was crowded. It was like you could see the need of the people wanted to
get out.
They wanted
get
to
out,
socialize. It
and
was right after
socialize and
COVID.
meet others,
And then she laughed.
Well, I
You know
love
that
to
laugh?
Yeah.
And I went. I said, how you doing?
All you were worried was about the hamburger, and I said, well, I thought
Forget
you were
about the
here
burger
to meet
diet.
other-
I was never getting that
He
burger.
never got the burger. That's what happens when he and I go to events. We separate, and then I'm always like, the man in the hat. It's a good talking point because they
Yeah.
can find you,
Yeah.
as opposed to
No,
the man in the black shirt.
Seriously, I do the exact same thing every single time. You see the man in the hat standing over there?
She goes, we went to, where did we go? Laura's house for a birthday party or something. And it took me 20 minutes to get a seat. You know how one of those house parties and everybody, so you wait until somebody gets up, vroom, and you run over, you got a seat? So I got a seat. I went, ah. And here she comes in to work the room. and she does the finger thing. Come here. I says, oh, I'm going to lose my seat. So it happens.
Up and out. Then the next party went to you hid in a corner.
I tried.
You go to a party.
I tried.
He's at the client's house.
I went all the way to the back behind
outside,
the pool.
behind the pool,
You would
behind
think
the
nobody would
basketball
find me.
court. I couldn't find you for like a half hour.
I was like this.
Well, you're
But I'm
very
like-
findable with the hat.
Right?
Yeah.
To
I
get me.
guarantee you, if you don't want to be found, just take off the hat. Nobody will ever be
No
able
one
to
will
find
recognize
you.
you.
We're excited,
Dude, it's a landmark.
Now I went to eat the other night, I think Monday night, after to decompress.
And you got
I went to
ready.
Alexander's to have a drink. And I sit down, and the kid knows the show.
Oh,
Because
my-
somebody works there, and they told him about the show. He says, you know, they put a banner up in the back on the bulletin board of this show. Is that you? And I went, oh, God.
There's a dartboard. They have a dartboard of you in the back, Alexander.
What kind of energy do you have? Because every single place, every single
know you.
restaurant, yeah, you're Freddie, you're Freddie.
It's ridiculous. We have to go up to Lantana
Okay.
to that restaurant with our artist. What's her name? Lori is. She wants to
Okay.
meet us. We got to go up there. But listen, that's part of the basis of the game. We had lunch one day, and the guy came over. I don't want to interrupt you. Remember that?
You get your little bit of fame.
Just want to eat a burger.
I don't know. I was in Seattle, and Aaron's sending people here. Back to the burger.
And it's a good thing I didn't get the burger because I wouldn't have met Lucky. Now, Lucky's been with us on the radio. She was Get Lucky with Lucky. You remember that?
Yep.
That was strange show.
Lucky.
And
Is that
everybody.
really your name?
Lucky is my nickname. My stepdad who raised
What's
me.
your real name?
Lucrecia.
Forget about it.
Oh, God.
Now we know what to call her when we're angry with her. Lucrecia.
I can't even. I'll call it something else because I ain't know that. I can't even remember Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Bacon with an L.
Bacon with an L.
Bacon
Do you know how
with
you
an
got that?
L,
How
bacon.
they came up with that name?
Yeah, it was from a soap opera. But my cousin's name is Lincoln. But it was like a soap opera show. They love the name. They love the name. Yeah.
Very cool name.
Okay.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you working with us this
So
summer.
last
Lincoln.
day
I hope
too.
you check in with
That's
us
right.
Going
again
back to
over the
my
break.
old one.
I will.
So it's been really nice.
Just
and we've
remember me
learned.
when you're on television.
Yes.
You do a shout out. He says, Freddie,
There you go.
I
Man in
made
the
it.
hat.
Because you definitely will be on TV.
Think of a name.
The guy with the hat.
And it sticks.
That is okay.
Well placed and well deserved.
We're going to wrap it up. We've got Beach Jam Media coming to you today at 11 o'clock with Jennifer Corbin Carson from outside of Georgia. Got to check what their weather is. Apparently, they're getting this storm. Debbie is like went out, coming back in.
Do you know JoJo didn't come to the show Monday because she called Linda Summers?
And Linda said, "Don't come."
And Linda says, oh, the weather's going to be horrible. But it was horrible up there, not down here.
It got further north, yeah.
So I called Linda. I said, Linda, do me a favor, don't help me. So we got to go get Linda because she doesn't have a right to come down. Something with her car. So we got to go get her and bring her down with the dogs.
All right, more to come. Have a great morning, everyone. It's good to be back. We'll see you midday.
Don't be late.
Bye.